So we have spent our time in Blender 3.3.0 getting it configured and testing it backwards with the previous versions. However, what if we wanted to test it out with the next version of Blender? Let us go ahead and just close Blender, and we are going to just access our preferences. So I'm going to press the Windows button and R, go back to our app data, and we'll go into Blender Foundation, Blender, and I'm going to just copy this folder and paste it. Just basically making a duplicate of our configuration that we've been working on this whole time, along with the add-ons. And we will just change its name to 3.4. So now we have a configuration folder created for Blender 3.4. So if we open up Blender 3.4, we now have our configuration already in place. We already have our tools enabled. We are now ready to rock and roll. However, if we start trying to use Boxcutter, we see that it crashes immediately, and this just tells us that Blender 3.4 isn't ready for us just yet. I mean, we could use it a little bit, but really at this time it looks like Boxcutter as of right now isn't going to be working inside of 3.4. In fact, neither is Booleans and HardOps going to work in Blender 3.4 at this time. So I just wanted to show what it's like to go and test the next version of Blender, because a lot of people will ask, is it already out for the next version of Blender? And it's easy to go and test it. Just go and install it and give it a try, and you'll find out very quickly if it's there. In fact, you might locate a bug that we aren't completely aware of. So while we wait for 3.4 support, we will just go back to 3.3. So I'm just going to launch that. And we can safely work in the version that is stable while we wait for Blender to make amends with the changes that it has going on, and then from there we can actually put out an update. But we can't put out an update while everything's still up in the air. We want them to at least make up their mind with the changes that they're making. But just like I was showing with the preferences not being able to be manipulated, this is the same situation. So I'm actually looking for the option of face extract, but I'm using a version of HardOps that's so old that the option isn't actually there. So I need to shift click Smart Apply, and then I can grab these two faces, delete these faces, and delete them. Select these faces, delete that. Then we can solidify it and cut inside. So here we can see the amount of time that's truly being saved between face extract and doing it the old school way.